So far, Broward County, Florida is the only area under an evacuation order, but people in all the at-risk areas are being urged to gather supplies and take other safety steps. Now, that includes those coastal Georgia areas, and that is where 11 Alive's Ryan Kruger is tonight. Ryan?
Yeah, Natisha, maybe not perfect beach weather, but you really can't complain out here. So we are on Jekyll Island, beautiful out here today. Certainly really windy, not necessarily because of Dorian. They did have some storms that rolled through earlier today here along the coast. But you see a lot of people are out here just trying to salvage their Labor Day weekend. Just spoke with some people from Atlanta who said, you know, they had these plans. They wanted to drive down, spend a couple days, and they're going to be okay for now. Emergency management officials say they are at least encouraged by these recent tracks that do show that center maybe a little farther away, where the center will be offshore. The biggest concern they're going to have here, though, will be coastal flooding and storm surge, especially because of the fact that they have had some storms in this area in the recent days. In fact, we were driving through some pretty heavy storms earlier today. As we were out and about, we saw some road ponding in certain areas. Some of the ground certainly already saturated, so emergency management officials are a little concerned. You already got some wet roads, you already got a lot of wet ground. Throw in more rain on top of that, maybe some stronger winds. That could certainly mean some toppled trees certainly there. Coastal advisory in effect in this area, but that's about it. No other kind of warnings out there, no evacuations either. They're waiting on preps. Nothing is going to be closed at this point in time. So really the story from Glynn County emergency management officials is be prepared. No need to panic, but certainly don't let your guard down. Make sure you're paying attention in these next coming days. And we're basically in wait and see mode. We'll send it back to you in Atlanta.